Hi and welcome back. You will not believe the amount of messages I got from friends and family asking if I stopped doing YouTube, if I was still going to post videos on YouTube, and basically because I haven't been filming for a while, everyone thought that I stopped doing YouTube. I am here to say that the rumors are false because, as you can see, I'm still here. Can't get rid of me that easily. So in this video I'm going to show you how you can create this entire makeup look with only 5 makeup products and under, let's say, 10 minutes. There are so many people who do not wear makeup because they think it costs them way too much time in the morning or because it is way too expensive. But I'm here to tell you that that is absolutely not true and that you only need 5 simple products and maybe 10 minutes of your time to look good in the morning. So I'm going to show you in a few simple steps how easy it is to create this makeup look and how you can achieve it every morning by using a few simple products. A little disclaimer before we begin, I am only filming this video because I thought it would be really helpful to a lot of people who are struggling with finding the time and the money to apply makeup in the morning. So please do not feel pressured to do anything I say. I am just doing this for fun and to help some people out. If you don't want to wear any makeup because you just don't like it or for any other reason, then you do you. I'm not telling you to do anything. But if you do want to see how I very easily and quickly created this everyday makeup look, then please keep watching. So when you are doing a full face of makeup, then obviously foundation would be one of the first things you apply to your face. But the people who do not wear a lot of makeup every day or say that they don't really have the time to apply makeup tend to avoid foundation the most, which is kind of understandable when you think about it, because foundation is not only one of the most expensive things in a makeup routine. I can understand that some people think that foundation just takes way too long to apply in the mornings. Some people don't like the texture on your face. Some really covering foundations might feel a little bit too thick on their face, and so I completely understand that people who are not used to wearing a lot of makeup every day, or maybe people who are just getting into wearing makeup, that they're not comfortable with wearing a thick layer of foundation or applying foundation every single morning. I personally do wear foundation normally, but for the purpose of this video I'm going to show you an alternative drugstore product which is amazing for creating that even skin tone and even base for your foundation on a daily basis, even when you're busy and you don't have the time. But it's not the usual thick and difficult layer of foundation that you're probably trying to avoid when you don't have the time or you're not used to wearing a lot of makeup. So the first product I'm going to use is the L'Oreal Infallible 24-Hour Fresh Wear Foundation Powder. Please ignore the fact that mine looks really old and crusty and broken. It actually isn't that old. I've only used it a few times, but when I just bought it, I dropped it, and that's why it looks like that. So this foundation does come with a little sponge applicator. Of course, you're free to apply this in any way you'd like. You can use your fingers for covering up little blemishes, or maybe just under your eyes, or you can use a brush, you can use a beauty blender, anything you'd like. But I do prefer to use a little sponge applicator that it comes with, just because when you are like me and you have quite a lot of acne scarring, some little blemishes, some redness in your skin tone, and your main goal in the morning is to cover those up and to create an even and nice looking skin, then I really recommend using this thing because it does give you the most coverage. So you just take your sponge and you go over the pressed foundation lightly. It picks up a lot of product, so be careful with that. And you can just easily sweep it across the skin. And you can already see how much it evens out your skin tone and covers all your little blemishes and acne scars. And I find that this little applicator just makes it so easy because you just sweep it across your skin. You don't have to blend it in too much. You don't have to spend an entire morning dabbing your beauty blender across your skin. It's just so easy and so quick. So I just spent less than 2 minutes applying this powder foundation, and what can I say? My skin looks great. It's everything you want in the morning. My blemishes are covered. My skin tone is even. So yeah. And the best thing about this product is because it's a pressed powder foundation, you don't even have to set it with a powder afterwards. It just sets itself. And when I touch my skin, nothing comes off. It really sinks into your skin and just sets itself, and it stays flawless for the rest of the day. So of course, if you're satisfied with your skin as it is, then you can skip this next step. But I do want to talk about concealer for a little bit, because this is a easy everyday starter kit quick makeup routine. I do think some type of concealer is an essential to have in your makeup collection. So I usually use the Catrice Liquid Camouflage High Coverage Concealer in the shade 010. So this is super easy. I just go over little parts that I want a little bit more covered. So I'm going in my inner corners under my eyes, and then touch up a few little blemishes that I think aren't covered enough. You can also use concealer to highlight certain points, so you can put a little bit on the tip of your nose or on the bridge of your nose or on your upper lip. But if you're running late or you don't really have the time in the morning, then just use it to touch up some little spots and just apply it for the finishing touches. So you can again blend this in with whatever you want using a brush or a beauty blender. But I find that the quickest way to blend this in is just using your fingers. And the warmth of your fingers will really melt this into the skin. And please keep in mind that I have to explain everything I do, so I am going through everything very slowly and very detailed. But all these steps are just, they don't have to take longer than a few seconds to apply. The next thing I want to talk about is something that I think you have to have in your makeup collection, and that is a bronzer. When I first started getting into makeup, I thought that bronzer was absolutely not an essential. But over the years, I've learned that bronzer is so versatile, and it can help you in so many ways when applying makeup. So I'm going to show you right now how to use bronzer in a few different ways to easily and to quickly change your entire face. It doesn't really matter what kind of bronzer you use. It can be a super affordable one. I am actually using a pressed foundation powder from Primark, which I bought in a very dark shade. And I use it as a bronzer. So I like to use a very big and fluffy fan brush for applying bronzer to my cheeks. And I'm just defining the shadow underneath my jawline a little bit, and also on my nose. The next thing I'm going to do is take a fluffy eyeshadow brush, and I'm just going back into that bronzer a little bit, and I'm just going to define my crease. And I'm also taking that bronzer a little bit over my eyelid, and this is just to create a little bit more definition into your eyes. And I'm just going into the crease again. So the last thing I'm going to do with this bronzer to define my eyes is take a very small angled, like sort of an eyebrow brush. I'm going back into that bronzer once again. And I'm just going to create some sort of illusion eyeliner. So I'm sort of like stamping that onto the outer corner of my eyes, just to define it a tiny little bit more. Then with the product that is left on this little brush, I'm going to bring it down to my lower lash line. just to tie the look in together. And that's how you can super easily and super quickly create a complete eyeshadow look with only your bronzer. So for my eyebrows, they are actually already pretty dark by themselves. But just because I want to show you in this video another really smart way to use your bronzer, I'm going to take that same little brush. You can use another brush, whatever you want. Just a little small angled eyebrow brush. And I'm just going to very lightly define my eyebrows, and I'm only focusing on the little parts where my eyebrows are a little bit sparse. And I just love how you can use one product in so many different and easy ways. If you have very dark, long and beautiful lashes, then you probably won't need this. But if you have short and blonde and practically non-existent lashes like me, then I do think mascara is an essential in your morning routine, because mascara just really completes your eye look and it really makes your eyes pop so much more. So I'm just going to curl my lashes. You don't have to do this, but I like to do this because my lashes are quite straight. So again, you can use any mascara that you like. I use the Catrice Glam & Dole False Lashes Mascara. I would recommend using a mascara that makes your lashes as long and voluminous as possible to make your eyes stand out the most. I've now applied the mascara to only this eye, and you can already see how much bigger, how much more defined this eye looks compared to this one. That's the reason why I think mascara is such a staple in your makeup collection. By the way, if you struggle with applying mascara to your bottom lash line, I usually don't apply mascara to my bottom lash line. But because I'm not using any other products in this video like an eye pencil, I am applying a tiny little bit on my lower lash line as well. But if you are struggling with that and you don't want them to look like spider legs, then I would recommend only using the tip of your mascara wand to just apply a tiny little bit to each of the hairs. And I find that this just really helps with not only detangling your hairs, but also not making them too long and too spidery, if that makes sense. So we're almost done, but the only thing that's left to do are my lips, because when I have nothing on my lips, I just feel so bare and dry and my makeup just doesn't feel complete. So to add a little bit of color and life to my lips and to complete this makeup look, I am applying the MAC matte lipstick in the shade Velvet Teddy, one of my favorite lipsticks of all time. And then one thing I love to do at the end of my makeup routine, just to bring a little bit of more life into my face, is I am taking a little bit of this lipstick that I just put on. I have a little bit on my finger and I'm just applying a tiny little bit of that on my cheeks to create a little blush effect. But I just find that this really completes your look. And then this is the finished end result. That is how you can create a beautiful and simple everyday makeup look in under 10 minutes using only 5 products. I really hope that this video was helpful to you, and I really hope that I showed you that you can use one single product for a lot more things in your makeup routine than you think you might can. I had so much fun filming this video, so if you want to see more of these kinds of videos, then please let me know in the comments down below. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye!